You know, before we came out here, we talked about the possibility of building a debris hut because we're going to be out here for 2 nights. But now that I've looked around at this terrain and the woods we're in,
yeah, it always messes with me because everybody always says build a debris hut, and I was up for it, but I'm not seeing enough debris to really do anything.
what we have on the ground, all the leaf litter that you see is in bad shape. It's like half decomposed, and it's a very thin layer.
Doesn't seem like it's able to make very good of a debris hut. I think we'd have to scour 10 miles square to get enough to make a decent debris hut. I think that it's all a matter of us adapting to our surroundings. I think we don't have any pine boughs. You know how the pine boughs are, but
There's not a conifer within 3 miles of this place. It's true that a lot of those conifers were native here, but they 99% of the area, they're gone.
But we do have a lot of tall, leafy vegetation, weeds, so to speak.
Two guys, a little over an hour to do this. All right, Mike, tell everybody what we're looking at here.
Well, this is our improvised lean-to. What Paul's got over here to the left, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, is a bunch of weeds that we're going to be using for the final covering of this, considering that all the debris that a debris hut should have is not to be found.
Yeah, basically the deal is there's a very thin layer of dead leaves, and they're all badly decomposed, and you go down a half an inch, quarter of an inch, an eighth of an inch, and you're in dirt. So the green stuff we have on here now, tell us about that.
That is just kind of a mesh netting, so when we put our weeds on top there, it'll just hold them in place so they don't come through the structure.
And the idea is the leaves are long, they'll be running down, any water that hits them will want to follow the path of the plant.
Exactly.
In theory.
Also, because of the time of year we are in, which is summer, we don't...
Late August. Mid-August, I guess.
Concerned with our... with the temperature as much as we are the coverage and the covering from rain especially.
Right, which we've had some heavy rain around here. Okay.
Load number 2. Wow, I think that would be great for water.
Well, Mike, what do you think?
I think we did a pretty decent job earlier in the video.
What would you call this? A thatch lean-to?
Maybe a modified thatch lean-to.
We put some sticks on the top to hold the vegetation down. There's a lot of tall vegetation in this area. We had to use a machete to even get to this place. So I would imagine that the two of us spent about 2 hours on it, and we had the tools to do it with. We had a saw, a couple knives, and a machete. We had access to the vegetation. We used a modest amount of jute because it's cheaper than paracord and it decomposes on its own. If somebody was going to use something like this over a period of days, they'd want to be constantly replenishing the vegetation on top as it dried up and shrank. It certainly, also for long term, could have stand and have a couple of walls on it, but for 2 hours, I guess 2 guys, 2 hours, for 4 hours work, it's not too horribly shabby. Here's our lean-to in the morning after it's been up overnight. And I have to say that I'm surprised that we don't see any significant wilting of the leaves. This would increase the odds that one could go more than one night, obviously, without any kind of maintenance required. This spot doesn't get much sun. That might have something to do with it also. It might be something to do with the nature of the plant, which we can't even really identify. But if some maintenance to it was needed over a period of multiple nights, there's certainly the material around to do it with. That's it. Thanks for watching.